How can one girl, just one, walking into a dark room, shift the entire atmosphere without saying a single word? How can light survive when darkness feels louder, heavier, older than hope itself? Some of you are listening right now because you feel invisible, overlooked, standing in shadows that you did not create, breathing air that feels thick with disappointment, confusion, fear, and quiet save. And the question that keeps circling your heart is not loud, it whispers. Can God really use someone like me? I remember watching a young girl once, not famous, powerful, not followed by crowds, just faithful in small ways. She walked into spaces filled with bitterness, sarcasm, anger, compromise, and she did not preach, she did not perform, she did not pretend. She just carried something, and people felt it before they understood it. Light is not loud. Light is consistent. Light does not argue with darkness, it exposes it. And I saw grown adults soften, hardened voices quiet, hidden pain surface, not because she tried, but because she carried the presence of God in honesty and obedience. Jesus said, you are the light of the world, not you will be, not someday, not when you feel ready, you are. In context, he was speaking to ordinary people. Tired people, misunderstood people, people under pressure, people with doubts. Light was never about perfection. It was about position. Here is where the belief breaks. You were taught that you must be strong before you can shine. You were taught that boldness comes before obedience. You were taught that God uses platforms more than purity. That belief is wrong. Darkness is not afraid of noise. Darkness is afraid of light. The kingdom principle is simple, steady, unchanging, slowing the truth. Now light flows through yielded vessels, not polished ones. God fills what is empty, not what is proud. Obedience attracts authority. Presence attracts power. And this next truth needs weight, not speed. You do not shine by trying. You shine by abiding. Some of you have been exhausted because you are trying to be light instead of staying connected to the source. Jesus did not say create light. He said, follow me. Following produces shining. Striving produces burnout. Here is the correction again. Slower, deeper. You are not responsible for changing the darkness. You are responsible for staying lit. Let that sit. When a girl decides to pray, when no one sees, heaven responds. When a girl refuses, bitterness, chains weaken. When a girl chooses for coven, the darkness of responsibility. When a girl chooses for coven principles in the realm, when a girl coven, drooms shift. This is not time always wins over time, always every culture, every generation. What do you do then practically when the world feels heavy and your heart feels small? You guard your inner life fiercely. You choose silence over sarcasm. You choose prayer over performance. You choose truth over trends. Slowing you now. One choice, one moment, one act of obedience at a time. Do not underestimate consistency. Heaven does 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 not underestimate consistency. Some of you need assurance now. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. God is not asking you to fight darkness. He is asking you to walk with him through it. Let me speak prophetically, gently but clearly. There are rooms you will enter where your presence will convict without accusation, heal without explanation, and restored without noise. This is why the enemy has tried to silence you, distract you, exhaust you. Light carriers are always targeted before breakthroughs. Now listen closely. Do not dim yourself to survive. Shine to save. Pray with me now, not loudly, but honestly. God, make me light, not for attention, not for approval, but for your glory. Cleanse what blocks the flow. Remove what competes with your presence. Steady my heart, strengthen my obedience. Teach me to stay lit when it feels lonely. And here comes the climax. Light multiplies in darkness faster than anywhere else. Your hardest environment may be your greatest assignment. Let the final truth land with strength, but humility, you do not need permission to shine. Heaven already gave it. Walk gently, walk boldly, walk faithfully, and watch darkness retreat. Not because of who you are, but because of WH walks with you. And as you keep walking, you will notice something subtle, something sacred, something almost frightening in its beauty. The darkness will begin to recognize you before you recognize yourself. Rooms will quiet when you enter. Conversations will shift. Mockery will soften, because light does not announce itself. It arrives. Some of you are wondering why resistance increased the moment you chose prayer over popularity. Why loneliness grew the moment you chose obedience. Why pressure intensified when you decided to stop pretending. Let me answer without drama, with truths that has weight. Light always agitates what darkness tries to hide. And darkness fights exposure before it flees. I have seen girls cry alone at night, whispering prayers into pillows, soaked with tears, thinking heaven was silent, but heaven was listening, recording, responding, slowly, deliberately, powerfully. There are prayers you pray that do not return as feelings, they return as authority. Scripture says the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. That means darkness tried and failed, yet did not overcome it. That means that 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 not overcome it. That means darkness tried and failed. Here is the wrong belief again, and it must be shattered completely. You think your weakness disqualifies. You think your emotions make you unstable. You think your sensitivity is a flaw. Listen carefully now. Sensitivity is how light feels when it touches pain. The kingdom law remains unchanged, commas, slowing truth. God entrusts light to those who feel deeply, listen carefully, obey quickly, and repent sincerely. Some of you feel too much. That is not your problem. That is your calling. Sit with that now. The instruction, simple but costly. Stay clean when others compromise. Stay soft when others harden. Stay quiet when others perform. Stay prayerful when others panic. Slowing your spirit now, because speed kills sensitivity. You want to shine brighter. Slow down. Assurance is rising for you now. God is not disappointed in your pace. God is not angry with your process. God is near to the trembling heart. I speak this prophetically and gently. The very places where you were wounded will become places where you illuminate paths for others. Your scars will not be hidden. They will glow with testimony. Do not rush healing. Light leaks through healed cracks. And here, this strong, because some of you need strength. Now stop apologizing for your obedience. You are not strange. You are consecrated. You are not alone. You are being accompanied. As you walk out of this moment, walk differently. Lift your head without pride. Lower your heart without shame. Keep your eyes fixed without fear. And the final declaration, strong but humble, landing softly yet firmly. You were born to transform it. And now listen carefully, because this is where revelation lands. Every small act of obedience, every quiet prayer, every moment you resist bitterness, every time you choose faith over fear, it accumulates quietly, invisibly, visibly, every time, powerfully, until one day the room, the street, the family, the city cannot contain the shift anymore. Some of you feel unseen, unheard, ineffective. You whisper in prayer and hear nothing. You step into your day and see no change. You wonder if your light matters at all. I am telling you with authority and humility, IT does. Your faith, small as a mustard seed, is rearranging heaven and earth. And the darkness may rage, the world may mock, storms may come, but your light will not flicker because it is rooted in the eternal and anchored in the Spirit. But your light will not flicker because it is rooted in the eternal, anchored in the Spirit, is Spirit in the rooted, and one and a feed, and one and a feed, fueled by obedience and fed by prayer. Now hear this with weight, slowing your heart. You are not responsible for changing every darkness you encounter. You are responsible for staying lit. You are responsible for walking faithfully. You are responsible for holding your ground in integrity and truth. And here is the vision, whispered yet clear. I see a girl, or maybe a woman, standing in a room full of despair, grief, hopelessness. She does not cry out in anger. She does not pretend. She simply prays. She simply chooses. She simply shines. And suddenly people turn, eyes soften, hearts open, chains loosen, fear retreats. Grace, not because of power she carried alone, but because of the presence she yielded to. The correction must land here. Slow, sharp, repeated. You are told that one person cannot change anything. You are told that small faith is worthless. You are told that obedience is invisible and irrelevant. Wrong. Principle God uses what the world overlooks. Slow your mind. Small vessels carry enormous light. Hidden prayers shift timelines. Ordinary obedience produces extraordinary outcomes. One yielded heart can illuminate generations. Wait statement, let it rest here. Darkness cannot stop light. It may rage, it may scream, it may try, but light always penetrates. Now practical instruction, soft yet deliberate. Pray persistently, not performatively. Walk in integrity, not popularity. Speak truth quietly, not loudly. Forgive quickly, not slowly. Serve faithfully, not flamboyantly. Share hope naturally. Forgive quickly, not slowly. Serve faithfully, not flamboyant. Share hope naturally, not flamboyant. Share, speak truth quietly, not flamboyant. Share hope naturally, not forcefully. Choose joy deliberately, not circumstantially. Assurance, God sees, God honors, God multiplies, God protects, God strengthens. You are not too small, too young, too ordinary. You are exactly who He designed to shine now. Experience angle, experience angle, experience angle. Imagine waking up each morning knowing that your presence matters. Imagining that your words, choices, and prayers ripple beyond what eyes can see. Imagining that even when you feel invisible, the Spirit is illuminating paths for others through you. That is not imagination. That is kingdom reality. Strategic call. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for approval. Do not wait for recognition. Do not wait for visibility. Do not wait for perfect circumstances. Slow your choice. Just step out. Shine fully. Obey quietly. Pray daily. Trust fully. System of light. Understand this. God's kingdom works differently. Slow the truth. The laws are simple but profound. Prayer activates power. Obedience activates presence. Faith activates miracles. Generosity activates presence. Faith activates miracle. Sees. Thus, humility activates authority. Patience activates breakthroughs. Joy activates peace. Integrity activates influence. Service activates doors. Consistency activates results. Every step aligned with heaven shifts circumstances, shifts atmospheres, shifts minds, shifts cities, shifts generations. Emotional connection, you are not alone. Your struggles are real. Your doubts are known. Your pain is seen. Your heart is treasured. Your obedience is honored. Your light is noticed. God feels what you feel. He hears. What you whisper, He moves what you cannot see. Technology of faith, your prayer, your faith, your obedience, your yielding. These are spiritual technologies, unseen but measurable, detectable by heaven, impactful across time, capable of multiplying in ways you cannot predict. By heaven, impactful across time, capable of multiplying in ways you cannot predict. Comma, slow reality. One act of love triggers another. One act of forgiveness triggers another. One act of courage triggers exponential change. One surrendered life triggers kingdom intervention. One consistent servant triggers generational influence. 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 Another triggers. One faithful girl triggers revival, surprise ending, and here it lands. The world will never fully see the light you carry. It will never fully recognize the shift you cause. It will never fully understand the doors you open. But that does not matter, because God sees, God honors, God multiplies, God uses, and in your obedience, one girl, one life, one heart, one life will shine enough to turn darkness into hope, despair into joy, fear into faith, and death into life. Walk now in that reality. You are light. You are chosen. You are the one who shines in darkness. The end is not coming. It is already here in your yielding, in your obedience, in your prayer, in your faith, in your life. Shine.